Here is a KDK 12-inch oscillating table fan from the early to mid 80s. KDK by patent. So 83 or 84, this would have been a time when Patton was trying to introduce the KDK fans under the Patton name to try and help them sell better, because I don't think the KDK was catching on very well in the United States, not like the Panasonic cousin of this fan. They're made by the same manufacturer in Japan. So the model number is H12TA. KDK, made in Japan. Distributed and marketed by Patton. This is basically the same fan as the Panasonics of the time, and there was also an Edison, McGraw-Edison rebadge of this, among others, I think. I don't know, it's hard to keep track of all of them. It's got the same, basically the same motor cover and motor, the dreaded riveted motor as the Panasonics. These are a little fancier than the Panasonic and the Edison versions of this fan, I think. I know they're basically the same fan, but the KDKs just have kind of a fancier brand styling. You've got the ruby red emblem there. It's very regal, kind of grand marquee looking. And then you've got, I think this is supposed to be gold. I think the paint is supposed to look gold on there, but it's more of like a honey mustard vomit color. It still looks nice. Under certain lights it even looks kind of green, and then under other lighting it looks more gold, so I guess it just depends. The fan runs pretty slow, like a lot of these do. I've seen so many videos of these fans where people comment that they run really slow, and that's for two reasons. One is that the motor is riveted together, so it's very hard to oil the fan. It's kind of a chore doing that. You can put oil through the front of the bearings, through the front side of the front bearing, and the rear side of the rear bearing, which is difficult enough to do that, but then to get to the other side of those bearings on the inside of the motor, you have to use like a long needle applicator to put the oil in the other side of the bearings, and sometimes you have to do that several times. Put some in, run it for a while, and then just basically keep doing that until performance improves. So it can be done, it's just a real task. The other thing to do would be, I saw Colin, forget his channel, the long version of his channel name, but he took his Panasonic fan and drilled the rivets out and replaced them with nuts and bolts, which looked like a real job in its own right. So that's the other way to go about it. I haven't been brave enough to do that yet, but maybe someday I'll take on that task. The other reason that these tend to run pretty slow and the spin down on this fan isn't very good is that the bearings themselves are very long. They're longer than your average fan bearings for some reason. They're like twice as long as the Lasco Galaxy bearings, so you have more surface contact, more friction, more drag, slowing the blade down. So here's the low speed on this. Runs pretty slow, but it's silent, completely silent. At least I can't hear it. And it is moving air. It's just kind of fluttering it out there. It is really nice though. It's a really nice low breeze. But you might be able to see the fan blade itself is just running at a slower speed. I think part of that is by design, but part of it is that the fan needs to be oiled. Here's medium. These fans do move really good air. You can hear that it's moving stuff around behind me. Back down to low, and then we'll run the oscillation. And this does have the 5-way double oscillation, whatever you want to call it, where you can adjust the fan head, adjust it all the way over that way. Back the other way. And then 2 clicks back the other way should center it. So now it should be oscillating normally. And for the spin down. Yeah, fan definitely needs to be oiled. I have not oiled this fan yet. Really sharp looking fan though. These are really nice. I'm a huge fan of these. Matsushita, KDK, Panasonic, Edison, National, all the various brands. Really sharp, really nice looking fans. Pretty cool stuff. KDK by patent, full automatic oscillation 3-speed fan from the early to mid 80s. Thank you for watching.